Welcome to this intro class. My name is Blake Brower. I use the pronouns he, him, his, and I'm very, very excited and grateful to have you all in this class with me today. So, before we get started, today we're going to be working on breath. Breath is something that's really, really important for all singers and all musicians. It's something that is really, really useful to understand, even if those musicians don't necessarily use their breath to create their sounds, like percussion instruments or string instruments. A lot of times, the breath can help to inform the music, especially for those of us who do use our breath in music. So, we're going to be taking an approach that comes from meditation. Now, if you haven't meditated before, that is totally fine. This is all going to be accessible. Every student here is welcome, no matter what their level of access to resource is, what kind of background they have, or what kind of knowledge they have about music in general. Everyone is welcome here, and again, I am grateful to have you in class with me today. So, what you're going to want to do is find a comfortable place, somewhere where you won't be disturbed. And we're going to start off just by noticing our breath. So we can take some time. You can close your eyes if you like. You can be seated. You can be lying down. Whatever helps you to calmly focus in and start to pay attention to the way you breathe. So let's start off by taking 3 breaths all together as a group. We'll go inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Here we go. Inhaling and exhale. Nice and deep. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time. Inhaling and exhale. You can return to your normal breath now. And right now, all our job is just to watch and listen to the breath, trying to keep it normal, trying to let go of any control of the breath, just breathing like you would if you weren't thinking about it. This can get pretty challenging, so no judgment if you do start to adjust the breath at all. But just try to observe the natural flow of breath. Now, before we move on, something else that might happen during this is you may go in and out of consciousness, feel like you're starting to fall asleep, especially if you have your eyes closed, and your mind may start to wander. If you notice that happening, that's okay. Everyone's journey through meditation is unique. If you notice that happening, accept that for what it is. It's a distraction. You're starting to wander away from the rest of the group and from my voice. So notice it, and then you can let it go. And what you want to do then is just come back to the sound of my voice, focus in on what I'm saying, and come back to your own breath. Listen and watch the breath moving through the body. All right, so we're watching the breath move through the body. Now, what does that mean, to watch the breath? I find this easiest if I close my eyes and I picture my body, like an outline of my body. I see my head. In my mind's eye, I'm picturing my head. It's just an outline, like a profile of the face. And I'm watching the breath enter in through my nose. And the breath has a color attached to it, a really bright one. For me, it's a bright greenish turquoise. And I imagine, I see that color, that breath enter in through the nose, and I see it go down into my body. And just like I'm picturing my head and my face and this profile, just the outline of it, I'm also picturing the front of my body as well. And I'm seeing the outline, the shoulders and my arms, the sides of my chest and belly, and down into my hips and legs. I'm picturing my whole body in my mind's eye. And as I breathe in And I see that bright greenish turquoise color enter in through my nose, and I see it fill up my lungs, fill up my chest and my belly. And as I breathe out, that color gets darker. It's like the breath is filling in my body with light. And then as I breathe out, I'm watching it take away tension and toxins out of my body. So I breathe in the bright greenish turquoise. And then while it's in my body, it's pulling in and all of those toxins and all of that tension. And as I exhale, I see the breath leave my body as a darker color. It's a darker greenish turquoise. Like I'm letting all of the bad things go, letting all of the negativity go, letting go of the tension, letting go of all of those things that are holding on or resisting to the light coming into my body. And that is how I was introduced to meditation. So maybe you have a color associated with your breath. If you want to use greenish turquoise, go for it. Maybe you see a different color. Maybe your color is orange, or a bright golden yellow, or a light green, or a deep, deep reddish purple. Whatever color you want it to be, that's your breath. You can watch it in your mind's eye come into your body and fill you up. And that's the great thing about meditative breath, is that the breath doesn't have to stop in the lungs, because we know physically our lungs lie in our chest. And there's this big muscle down here at the side, kind of the middle of our torso, the middle of our body, that is responsible for drawing the breath in as it pulls down, which is why the belly goes out when we breathe in, and then it releases upward when we exhale to let the breath out of our lungs. So that's the physical aspect of the breath, right? But in meditation, as we sit here or lie here and breathe, and we watch the breath move through the body, we can see it move through the body in more places than just the nose, the throat, and the lungs. We can picture the breath filling up our whole head. We can send the breath all the way down through the sides of our body and into our hips. And we can send that breath, send that color into those parts of our body in our mind's eye. We can even send the breath out as far as the tips of our fingers and the tips of our toes. All it takes is just picturing it in your mind. Now, you might not get it at first. It's okay. Meditation is challenging because it requires such little work, and our brains can get in the way. We can get distracted by thoughts of things we have to do, people we'd like to see, places we'd like to go, things that we may feel anxious or frustrated or worried or happy or excited about. But that's the job of meditation, is to help calm down, to help make space for yourself in your own mind. And that starts with breathing. So if you've found that your mind is wandering, or if you've found that you have feelings getting in the way, or if you find yourself distracted, take a deep breath and then return back to normal breathing and just watch what's happening in your body. There's so much that goes on every day You breathe. Your heart beats. And millions of other functions that your cells do to support your healthy living. You don't have to think about it. Your body just does it. We can take care of the mind in meditation by allowing it the space to do all of these functions that it does naturally, while keeping room for ourselves and for our own mental health. By practicing listening to the breath, quieting our thoughts, and just watching it all happen. Now, if you're having trouble visualizing these things, if you're having trouble making an outline of yourself in your mind's eye, or if you can't really see a color with the breath, or if you're feeling confused or frustrated with this practice whatsoever, that's okay. That's natural. Meditation takes a long time to practice and a long time to really settle into what works for you. Today's just an introduction. All you have to do is just breathe and watch and listen. Everyone's meditative journey is different. Whatever you're going through right now, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're seeing or not seeing, whatever you're hearing or not hearing, it's okay. Be okay. Because it's all okay. You just have to show up and be present with your breath, whatever that means for you. So, we will step out of this meditative exercise now. Let's take 3 big breaths together again. Remember, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. There we go. And that's meditation. Now, I encourage you to do that practice for 5 minutes each day. You can do it at the morning after you wake up. Usually this is best done when you're seated, because if you're lying down, you might be encouraged to fall asleep again. But that can help clear your mind and get you ready for the day. You can do it in the middle of the day, which if you ever find that you need to take a break, or if you find that your brain is just going, and you've got a lot of feelings, or you're feeling frustrated or anxious, you can use meditation and just watch your breath to help kind of calm yourself down. And you can also do it at the end of the day as a way to kind of help prepare you for sleep, to kind of let go of the events of the day and allow yourself to get ready and prepare naturally to come to a cleared mind so that you can fall asleep more easily. And you can do this more than once each day. It's totally up to you, but I definitely encourage you to practice it for at least 5 minutes each day. This will help with mental clarity, and it'll help build awareness of your breath. Okay, so now, while meditation is really, really useful for singers, because it, helps with that awareness aspect, right? Watching the breath, using the breath, being able to send the breath places is really, really important for singers. And also getting to know where the breath is happening as you feel it move through the belly, through the chest, through the throat, and through the mouth. It's a big awareness exercise, and the more awareness you have of your body and your voice and the physical mechanisms involved with making sound, the more equipped you will be to use those mechanisms in a healthy way. But meditation also helps clear the mind, right? So as a singer, you want to be able to be focused and be able to use your technique in a way that is healthy and sustainable. And meditation helps to clear the mind, to allow you to have an open relationship with your technique and a clear field so that you can operate at your highest function. But beyond meditation, let's get into some fun breathing exercises that can help engage our physical bodies, and we can start to connect the breath and our body in a more active way. So with these ones, we're just going to work on sending the breath and really, really using it in a percussive way. So the first one is we're going to make the sound of a letter K. And we'll do this in rounds of 10. So I'll give an example of what I'm looking for, and then we'll have another round where we'll do it all together, and then we'll have a third round where you do it on your own. Okay? Here we go. I'll start off. 10 kicks of the letter K. Make sense? We're just making the sound of a letter K. Let's do it all together. Here we go. Yeah? How'd you do? All right, your turn. Ready? See? I knew you'd get it. All right, next one is the sound of a letter P. And we're going to be as percussive and explosive with the breath as we possibly can. Okay, so take a listen. This is what I'm going for. All right, let's do this all together. Ready? Breathing in. It's kind of a lot, right? All right, your turn. Ready? How'd it go? These can be kind of funny, right? All right, one more. We're going to do the letter F. So here's what I'm looking for. I think I might have done 11 on that one. That's okay. We're still shooting for 10. All right. Together, let's breathe in. Yeah? All right, your turn. Ready? Breathing in. How'd that go? So did you notice anything while we were doing these? Maybe some kicks happening here. Maybe you're noticing how much breath you're using. The more powerful you want these sounds to be, the more breath you need to use. So we're going to do another round of all of these, and we'll do it all together. And I encourage you to kind of go internally, now that you know what we're doing, kind of go internally and see what's happening. What do you notice? What's active in your body? Where do you feel the breath? If you want to, you can close your eyes too. I'll count you off so you know when to make these sounds. But yeah, turn your awareness inside. Maybe put a hand on your belly, a hand on your chest, or whatever you need to do, and just notice what's happening inside your body. Just get curious. There's no right or wrong answer. I don't know and I can't feel anything is always an okay answer. Just be curious and see what's going on inside. Okay? We're going to do this again. A round of the letter K, a round of the letter P, and a round of the letter F. I'll do them with you. We'll do 10 of each, and I'll count you in. All right? Feel free to close your eyes, put your hands on your body, wherever you'd like. And here we go. Breathing in. Here we go. Letter K. 3, 2, 1. What are you noticing? Okay, maybe move your hands somewhere else, or you can keep them where they're at, or you can take them away, whatever you want to do. 10 rounds of the letter P. Breathing in. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah? Who's laughing yet? These are fun sounds to make, I think. All right, next one, the letter F. Okay, you can move your hands again, put them on your body somewhere, take them away, whatever you want to do. Eyes open, eyes closed. We're going to do 10 of them. Take an inhale. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Good work. All of these consonants take a lot of breath and a lot of power to create when you're trying to make them be as noisy as possible. And it's important for singers to start to know where the work is happening. You may feel things in your face. You may feel things in your throat, in your chest, in your belly, in your back. A lot of things happening to make all of these sounds work, okay? And a lot of what you and I are doing right now is just building the awareness in our bodies and in our minds and connecting it with the breath. And this is the work of every singer, to build that awareness and to start to understand what happens naturally in the body so that we can start to optimize the way that happens and make our singing even more productive and sustainable and healthy. All right, so we're nearing the end of our part 1 session. Yes, our part 1 intro session. And I would like to do one more thing. Amidst all of the things that are going on today, I would like to impart one more technique to you, a breathing technique. And this is something that you can use as a quick go-to if you ever need to calm yourself. This is what in meditation is known as a cooling breath. And it's very similar to some of the breathing that we've done earlier. It's a breath in through the nose and a breath out through pursed lips. So for pursed lips, you're making a small O shape. And it's like the shape that you would make when you blow out your candles on your birthday cake, right? And it should be forceful enough where if you were to put your finger in front of your lips while you were making that breath, that exhale, you would feel the breath moving past your finger. And I encourage you, whenever you do this breath, to always do it in rounds of 3 or more. And you can close your eyes, you can keep them open, but again, this is a cooling breath. It's to help cool down the body, to help cool down the mind. If you're ever feeling frustrated or upset or anxious, you can use this breath as a way to help let go of those extra feelings, to help let go of whatever is being an obstacle to yourself. If you feel your body getting overheated, this is a good breath to help cool down your body as well. The mind, the body, they're both connected by the breath. The breath serves the mind and the body in the way of giving it life and giving it energy. So you can cue both of these things with this cooling breath if you find yourself getting overheated. All right, so let's practice this together. Remember, it's an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth in that small O or the small oo shape through pursed lips. All right, let's do 3 breaths together. Here we go. Breathing in through the nose and out. Good. Again, in and out. One more. In and out. Great job. All right. Thank you so much for being in class with me today. I very much appreciate it. Again, my name is Blake Brower. I use he, him, his pronouns. And please look forward and stay tuned for part 2, where we look to what is called in singing phonation. or making sound. We'll be working on some vocalization exercises, as well as reviewing a little bit of what we've done today in the breath work, as breath and making sound with our voice are very closely connected. You cannot make sound without the breath. So, I look forward to having you in class again, and I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Thank you very much.